Dividing in a ratio really just means dividing things unfairly. So suppose we're sharing 15 sweets in the ratio 3:2. It's important to get it clear in your head that you're actually dividing these 15 sweets between 2 people. It's just that the first person is going to get 3 piles of sweets and the second person is going to get 2 piles of sweets. So in total there are going to be 5 piles of sweets. Here are the 3 piles of sweets for the first person, here are the 2 piles of sweets for the second person. So if I'm sharing these 15 sweets into these 5 piles, I can see that there will be 3 sweets in each pile. So the first person gets 3 piles of 3 sweets, 9 sweets. The second person gets 2 piles of 3 sweets, 6 sweets. Pause the video, have a go at the next question. Try it in pencil or in rough if you're not certain. So this time I'm sharing £200 between 3 people. So I'm going to share the money out into 1 pile of money for the first person, the second person gets 3 piles, and the third person gets 4 piles. So it looks like that. And you can imagine counting the pound coins out into these 8 piles. So if you counted £200 into 8 piles, you'd get £25 in each pile. So the first person gets £25, the next person gets 3 piles, so that's £75, and the third person gets 4 piles, so that's £100. Okay, again, freeze the video, try the next question. Now notice there's a slight change in the style of the question here. It's not saying divide £50 in the ratio 2:3. It's saying after you have divided some money in the ratio 2:3, the first person gets £50. So here is the money that we've divided into 2 piles for the first person and 3 piles for the second person. The question has told us that the first person gets £50, so that tells us that there must be £25 in each pile, and that tells us that the second person must have got £75. So you do have to read the question slightly carefully to work out which style of ratio question it is. Again, freeze the screen, try the last question. Okay, so this is the same style as the previous question. It's not saying divide 120 grams in the ratio 3:10. It's saying that 120 grams accounts for these 3 parts of the ratio. So the ratio is 3 parts sugar to 10 parts flour. If the 3 parts of sugar account for 120 grams, then we know that each part must be worth 40 grams. That tells us that the 10 parts must be worth 400 grams.